Hi everyone, welcome to our channel on health and wellness. So today's topic is purpose in life. So yeah, I mean, each one of us does something. There must be some inherent reason for that, whatever we're doing. Um, but sometimes, you could say that, right? You could argue that what I'm doing is just, maybe for myself, right? To reach a certain goal, right? That's also okay. I mean, if you attach your purpose to a goal, that's also okay. Let's say you want to be the best in your craft, right? Think about let's say footballer like Cristiano Ronaldo. If you ask him what is your purpose in your life, he might say that, okay, I want to be one of the top best footballers in the world, right? That's fair enough, because that could be his purpose. Similarly, your purpose could be also something like you want to be best in something which you are doing. But purpose could be something different as well, right? Something which you sacrifice a lot, you're ready to sacrifice for. Let's say it doesn't need to be so big also, right? Let's say you want to help, let's say, aged people, right? So maybe it doesn't have to, you have to start something like, some place for them to live in. Maybe you just be a volunteer, in the weekends you go and serve them. Or maybe you kind of, provide them food or shelter, provide money for that. So now that purpose at times is very important, right? Because that drives you. Let's say if you're on a job, right, at times life is hard, things are not working for you. But when you have some purpose in behind, which is much bigger than your day-to-day life things, that really helps you to push yourself during the tough times, right? So as I give an example, right, let's say your purpose is to help poor people, right? So give them money. So maybe at times you don't like your job, you say it's tough, or it's something not so exciting, but you still do it and you excel in that, because your life is you think beyond your current whatever you're doing. I'm not saying that you have to be in a job, let's say, which is toxic or something like that, but there's something sometimes when you think beyond, right? Life is it drives you, the purpose drives you a lot. It could be anything, even if you're let's say an entrepreneur, right? So how can you let's say you left your job, a high paying job, to start a company. Now you think that there's a cause, something which a problem which you want to solve, right? That drives you to work 18 19 hours, and maybe let's say you don't even earn a penny for the first 6 or 1 year, but you still continue because the purpose drives you to go forward. So all I'm telling you is that the purpose in life is very important, and it keeps you moving forward. But in today's vlog, I'm going to discuss with my wife more on purpose of life. And yeah, I'm going to help you. If you're not already having it, maybe I'll help you figure out a bit how can you have a purpose in your lives. So stay tuned. Hi Devrati, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. How's your week?
Nice. Sweet.
So yeah, just usual, like
Just
every other
usual.
week. Yeah. So today's topic is purpose in life,
Okay.
or sometimes you can also heard it. What is your why? Why you do what you do? Purpose in life. So could you? What do you understand? Do you understand like the top? Can you explain like the topic?
Purpose of life means, suppose if I am doing something, so some result should be there for doing this thing. That is the purpose.
Some
Without
outcome.
knowing anything, without knowing anything of what will be the outcome, what will be the expected outcome in near future. If we do not know about these things, we don't have any purpose. I think so.
Right. So I'll just give you my current experience. So I was in my job. My supervisor, asked me to give a presentation. So he said, Joseph, make sure while you're presenting to the customer, make sure that you say to them in the slides first what you're gonna get the output of it. What is the output, and then you show how you're gonna do, how you're gonna get it right. So basically, what I understood from that point was what is the why behind why I'm doing what I'm doing. So what the customer is gonna get out of it, right? That's the why part,
Yes.
and then always it follows how, right? That's I think is very important.
If I go for any research thing,
Right.
research topic, if you want to solve anything, so first you have to know what is your outcome. After that, you have to go for why you are doing, how you will do. So for research
Right.
also, you have to proceed like this.
Right, the outcome in mind. So that's something I think in your PhD you would have experienced. So you already had a goal in the first
If
place.
without knowing outcome, you cannot start anything. First, you have to know outcome. So, for getting this outcome, first of all, so if you want to get this outcome, first you have to know the so what is the drawback in the current research. So after that, how can you solve and why you are solving? First, it will be like that why you are solving. That means if you know the drawback, then you can tell them why you are solving this thing.
Right.
After that, so if you know the reasons, then how you can get the outcome that you can do. So without knowing outcome, you can the how will not come.
So I mean, many times I'll speak about from my understanding how life, how things are. So in our country, right, a lot of people are still poor, right? For many people, its purpose is just to earn bread and butter for the whole day, right? They just go for a job to earn money. That's it. Simple, right?
Yes.
Because if they don't go out and work, they're gonna die of hunger. Simple. That's very easy to say. But do you think purpose could be more than that?
Yes, it will be more than that also. Suppose that everyone need that kind of the survival. So if one don't do anything, so you cannot survive. For financial also you
You
need
have to.
this one.
You have to do that.
So apart from this, you need something else also.
Right.
Suppose for some people, so only the earning money is the one of the purpose.
Survival. Yeah.
Survival. And but maximum people uh, know about these things. Apart from earning money, also you
So I
need
think-
something else.
So how I see it is, for some people, yes, if you don't have the means to survive and you really work hard, so maybe that is first thing that could be your purpose that you have to solve first. But once you have figured it out how to survive, and you have ways, ways to how to make money to survive, you should start thinking beyond this now, right? Because life, because survive could be one person thing, right? And tomorrow, if you think a mechanism, if you find a mechanism in which a larger society, I'm not saying even 1,000 people, let's say your family, you can start with your family, right? How can you help 3 more people to survive? Okay, that is something, right? Because that's how it helps to improve the society at large. So first thing is of course survival, but once you figure that out, how to do that, is start thinking beyond, right? Maybe some bigger causes. So how do you think one should find his purpose?
So suppose I am considering my case. Suppose so after MTech, my final aim was to do the teaching profession job. That means I want to provide my knowledge to everyone, those who want to know. So for that, if I go for any corporate job, so that time I have to learn something, and if the manager is there, so I have to do something for manager. But I want to do for the maximum Indians or maximum students, those who want to know those who want to gain the knowledge. So for that, suppose now after that, so for that I have selected the teaching profession. So that was
So-
my purpose. Now for selecting the teaching profession also, I can only provide my knowledge to others. But what about my family? So one of my priorities is my family also.
Right.
That's why I am doing this thing. The question will come. So teaching profession, and there is a difference between corporate job and teaching profession. In teaching profession, I think you can give more times to family when you go for the teaching profession as compared to the corporate job. So now I am thinking also. So nowadays everywhere competition is there. In teaching profession also some competitions. You have to do lots of work for promotion. So for that, once you come to the come to the home, again you have to do some work for your promotion.
Right.
So I can choose my teaching profession, but in other way. So that is my main purpose. So I can give knowledge to others also, and I can give time to family also. For that, my purpose will be the different now. So for that, I have to choose the different profession or different path for doing my for achieving my purpose.
So one thing I also feel when you say that, right? Maybe there is a thing called passion also, right? Passion means, let's say I love teaching. Now that's passion. Now passion and purpose could be a little different. I understand where you're going,
That's
but
why I'm telling. So for achieving my purpose, my passion. I can choose my passion, but the process and the method will be the different for getting the
Mhm.
purpose. The purpose is that it not only giving the knowledge to others, it has some other priority, some family priority, and the financial
Right. So
dependence.
it's multidimensional. The purpose is multidimensional. It's
Multi-dimensional.
just not one thing. I think that's fantastic, right? Need not be one dimension, right? It could be multiple
Multiple
dimensions.
dimension.
So you are choosing something which helps you to serve multiple purpose or
Purpose.
multi-dimensional things. That's an excellent point, actually. So yes, I mean, why I asked you that question is many times we just do for the simple sake of, my friends is doing a job and he's getting good money. I should also do a job.
Yes,
People
yes.
respect me and all those things. That's probably kind of psychologically ingrained, but it need not have to be that way. Your priorities in life could be much different, right? I mean, first of all, let's say the other person is going for a high paying job and choosing that profession maybe because he wants to buy a Mercedes or a very high ended car. That might not be your requirement. Why then you want to force yourself to choose that profession what that person is choosing, right? You might choose something which gives you satisfaction. Of course, again, the first thing is you have to find out a way to survive as well. That's okay, and help your maybe family as well. But then purpose, you have to think literally about your purpose, because otherwise that job which you want to do, which your friend you have chosen because your friend is also doing that will kill you because you don't enjoy it, right? Because that's not something which you wanted to do in the first place. So purpose is important, right? What serves you. So you should always think what is going to give me maximum satisfaction, right? And then once you have that particular mindset in thing in place, then you find a way to earn money. Of course, that's important, right? Whatever you are doing, you need to sustain that. Whatever you're doing, that needs to be self-sustaining. You have to find a way to earn money, but it's important to find a purpose also, right? Then it keeps you driving, right? Because otherwise, today let's say your supervisor shouts at you, you're like, I don't want to do this job anymore because anyway you didn't like the job, you now
Yes,
want to
yes.
quit. But then if you have a higher purpose behind what you're doing, then it will actually drive you. Let's say you said you work as a professor, you kind of teach a lot of students, right? Now even if your say, senior professor shouts at you, you don't want to leave that job from the college, right? You think like, okay, it's just not it's just not for me, I'm doing it for money. I'm doing it for teaching so many students and they're getting benefit, right? That gives you satisfaction. Maybe for that 5 minutes you were like, you understand that that has happened to you, but then the rest time you are enjoying teaching students, right? So that gives you a lot of satisfaction. So that's why it is important what drives you, what is your purpose, right? And because it's sometimes when things are beyond your own desires, right, that drives you even more, right? Because once your desires are fulfilled, right, sort of, you don't know what else to do. That's kind of not long lasting. But purpose is long lasting, right? It helps you formulate better ideas to get what you want, right? It drives you within, right? So yeah, so the idea of this vlog was mainly to find a way, if you have a purpose, that's well and good. If you don't have a purpose, how to figure out to get into that direction where you can find a purpose. Because many a times we just do because all my friends are doing or others are doing, others expect me to do that. That should not drive you, right? It could be anything, even for, let's say, civil servant exam. Many people write civil servant, just that's why you want to do it. That will not You'll not be able to sustain that even pressure of studying for that 1 or 2 years preparing for that exam, because you don't have a purpose. But if you have a purpose of serving so many people around, being a civil servant, then that will drive you. Even you leave all your job and everything, they'll keep you pushing for the 3 years to just write that exam, because you have a bigger purpose in mind, right, to serve people. The idea That was the idea, to at least people understand that you need to have a purpose, so that it keeps you driving when tough times come. But thanks a lot. I'll conclude this vlog further, and I'll let people know that what they also can do to find a purpose. But thanks a lot for your time.
Okay, welcome.
Hi everyone. So you would have heard from me and my wife discussing about finding purpose in our life. As we already discussed, that it is probably very important to find a purpose, because one thing, it keeps driving you, and when things get a little tougher, it still motivates you and inspires you to keep going. So but how to find a purpose, right? So first of all, it's a little tricky exercise where it could be a combination of what you're passionate about, and if there's an earning potential in that. The few things you have to consider, that might be for another vlog, altogether, but what I can tell you is, ask yourself some important questions, right? That could be, what drives you, what keeps you going, what actually inspires you most, for what, that helps, right? For me, let's say why I want to do this vlogging, right? For me, I really like to help people, right? I really like mentoring people, and sometimes feedback from others are also helpful. So for me, actually, a lot of my friends told me that, you are great at advising people, right? And so you should probably try to find something related to that in your life. So that's something why I have chosen vlogging as, uh, vlog. That's why I do vlogging. So find out what you're good at, and really, if what you're good at that really makes a difference in this world, then probably that's how you can find a purpose. So I hope you liked our vlog today, and please let me know in the comments what all topics you want me to cover next, and please do like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thank you.